Hi there YouTube, Musical Aviator here. You can probably see I'm dressed up nice and warmy with my scarf on and a tie. We're going to be flying to Bangkok today from here in Hong Kong's Chek Airport, the current one, on board a real flight that's happening today even, a KLM Boeing 747-400, the Combi, flying from Hong Kong over to Bangkok. Flight number 886. It's the real call sign. I'll be flying mostly cargo today. Not many passengers on this route. They actually unretired their 747 to do a lot of Asia flying. Basically, the Combi has a bulkhead that can be moved just behind the wing here. So the back of the aircraft is full of stuff. Front of the aircraft can have passengers in it, or they can just fill it up with boxes in the seats. So yeah, that's how we're going with KLM today. We've chucked on a flight plan that looks a little bit like this. We have 40 tonne of fuel, zero fuel weight of 232 tonne, takeoff weight of 270 tonne. We are climbing up to flight level, I believe it's 380 westbound, punching through China at 11,600 meters for a return to 380 feet by descending 100 feet. Then off into Thailand after that. What you can't see in the map here with ATC is all of China is covered by a single FSS sector, so by the time we climb up to about I think it's 24,000 feet, we'll be in contact with them. Then we'll head over into Thailand. There's our new checklist that I've kind of created based on the PMDG one, just with the boxed items and the auto brake landing distance. Nice little shortened version of the checklist. Let's pop in, have a cold and dark 7-4. Hello to everyone, we've got Kip, we've got Neil Takuna. Haven't seen you before. Good stuff. IOR 2810. Aaron's in, Captain AB's in, Kip 1, and QFA. G'day. Well, we're going to turn on and I'll wait for the computers to boot up. Position ourselves into the seat properly. Yeah, Hong Kong is pretty good. QFA weather, not too bad, a little bit cold. It's about 7 degrees here in Melbourne today. It's going to get down to 5 overnight, so I'm not sure if I'll be flying any other events overnight because it's a little cold and I'd rather be in bed. If only these heaters actually worked in the real world. Turn those things on. Alright, FMS. We have AIRAC data all the way to August the 13th. And if COVID lockdown is only 6 weeks, we'll be out just after that. But looking like it might not be. Still getting 350 new cases every day here in Knobs. Not cool. Okay, utility buses are in. I heard the recirc fams go on. Let's test this stuff. Indeed. Heaters. Please put the heaters back on. uncage that for now. There we go. Cool. Let's turn on these. Left, center, and right. Seven minutes to alignment. Just waiting for the GPS to pop in. While we're waiting for that, we might listen to ATIS 12705.
Dew point 23QNH 1006 hectopascals trend. No significant change. Acknowledge information Quebec on first contact. Hong Kong information Quebec at time 1200 arrival runway 25 right and 25 left. Departure runway 25 left. Wind 210 degrees 12 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers clouds. Few clouds at 2500 feet. Temperature 31. Dew point 23QNH 1006 hectopascals trend. No significant change. Acknowledge information Quebec on first contact. Hong Kong information Quebec.
Cool. GPS position is in. Anything else we need up here? Not for now. We'll chuck in some lights. Logo lights on. Nav lights are on already. Cool. Test light. Cool. Indeed, another massive hold at Bangkok. Hopefully it won't be too bad. We're fairly early into the sequence, I think. Anyhow, it's time for the walk. Make sure I've got all my controls roughly centered. Should have got the captain guy, but here we are in, in jeans and a white shirt, no tie. I like how in Hong Kong it's 31 degrees right now. Here in Melbourne it's like 5. We did an all-nighter last weekend. In the 3:30. That was a good flight last weekend. Loved it. Into Rio de Janeiro. It's good fun. Alright, landing gear's looking okay. Hello there, glutes. There we go. Love an old 747 in the KLM colours. 2 pitot probes right there. That's right. Barely any passengers, most of it's freight. Coming out of Hong Kong, it's probably all your medical supplies. 2 pitots. Go ahead and request boarding. This is indeed an actual route for KLM. They're actually still running it right now during COVID because it's a 747 combi. Which is to say it's more cargo than it is passengers. The entire back end of the aircraft can be converted into cargo. There's even a cargo door at the back. Oh, someone just slid through us. It's a triple. Dude. Stop waggling your tail. Just stick it in the gate like a normal person. Calm down a bit now. Cool. Green lights. Yeah, the 777 was waggling its tail like a puppy dog. It's a 777, not a mad dog. Come on. Cool, outflow valves are happy. Backlight's good. Indeed. 777 was waving hello. Hello, Bapino. How you doing? And William. Kimberly. What's the bet that the new Microsoft Flight Simulator won't have an avatar mode? Just putting that out there. That's an A350 pushing back, look at that. I believe KLM retired a lot of their 400s, their normal 400s. They actually unretired 2 of their 747 combis, the M's. They've actually put them into retirement, then on April the 23rd they took them back out of retirement. Because they're essentially really good as freighters. And at the moment, the only international flying that is happening is freighters. And all their actual freighters were already essentially occupied at full capacity, so if they wanted to increase their ability to do freight work, they actually had to unretire their 747Ms. Which is pretty cool. Get to play with these beautiful aircraft a little bit longer. Anyway, we'll jump back in. Stand November 66, eh? Cool. We're at November 30. Ah, Thai. 589. Look at that, all of our screens are running. Let's go ahead and log in. ACARS, pre-flight. We are KLM 886. There's one thing that I did forget to do, and we'll try and see if I can do it now. There it is. Cool. Coming out of, what's it, VHHH, going to VTBS, same down here, VHHH, VTBS, estimated time of departure currently showing nearly on the hour, 04:15. KL, and the route time, we'll bring that up from here, 2:02. Connect that in, syncing it up. Still syncing it up. Ground 122.55, might get some clearance. With the RS aligned, we can start the APU. Keep the passengers nice and cool. Yeah, Bangkok doesn't get enough action. I guess they're a small division, small country really, on Vatsim. I know they're not actually a small country as far as actual population is concerned, but Vatsim population is quite small. Yeah, I think MS, the new Microsoft Flight Simulator will live up to my own expectations, which are to say it will be a good sim once all the add-ons like PMDG come out for it. I don't expect it to be default perfect, but the scenery should be good. Scenery, weather, clouds, textures, it's a new decade of product. So with a decade worth of computer work, it should be a lot better than FSX ever was. Should be possibly, the potential will be better than P3D, I think. The potential. On release it probably won't be quite there, but it'll get there. A lot of work from add-ons. And we can go on to, there we go, packs are set. And downlink is active. We'll request our flight plan. Request sending.
EVA 826, contact tower 118.4, good day.
118.4, EVA 826, good day.
Route 1 uplink loading. There's none of this will be in the new sim. This will come when PMDG put it in there. Activate, go ahead. Check that out, Pecan, Siko, Sav, KRT, Ublod Direct, cool. Upload the weather. And the descent forecasts. Sorted. Alrighty, zero fuel weight.
Pro flight 3 Hotel Alpha is ready for
232.3. 2,000 footsteps.
Royal 3 Hotel Alpha. Push and start approved.
380.
Pushback color red. Information Romeo.
Reserves.
Information Romeo, push and start approved, color red, Royal flight 3 Hotel Alpha.
It is 6.5 plus. Is that the alternate 3.1? 5, 6, 7.
Mike Charlie Oscar. Stand by for push and start.
9.7. So that's 45 plus 15. So yeah, 9.7 per hour. That's why they're retiring these airplanes, because they burn through fuel at like twice, maybe even more than twice. I reckon from a 777, it's about twice a 777, but with a 787, it's more than twice. It's nearly 3 times as much as a 787 burns. Just think about that. The amount of fuel that this aeroplane burns per hour is almost 3 times as much as a 787 burns per hour. It's intense. Alright, cost index will be 80. The D rate is pretty much maximum today. Gonna be 70. D rate 1 is good to go. Takeoff flaps will be flaps 10.
Thai 3 Mike Bravo. Contact tower 18.4. Good day.
Tower 118.4. Good day. Thai 3 response.
Let's close those doors.
Cathay 8 Lima Mike. Contact tower 18.4. Good night.
118.4. Good day. Good night.
Grant, Dragon 161 ready for push and start.
Dragon 161. Push and start approved. Pushback color blue. Information Romeo.
Information Romeo, received and pushback color blue, Dragon 161.
Brakes are set.
Grand, good evening, just 10
And we'll make a request once we can.
Request now for clearance to Taipei.
Just at 10:24. Hong Kong to Taipei would be use Ocean 2 Bravo as our seat and Factor 3 transition N4 to Mike 750. So please correct your flight plan.
Sorry, can you say that again? So Ocean 2 departure, just didn't copy it.
Ocean 2 Bravo, Factor 3 N4, Echo November, Factor Alpha Romeo and Mike 750.
The default were always fairly light on systems, like in-depth systems.
So Ocean 2
Although
Bravo, Victor 3,
the new
N5,
sim shows that
which is the 1024
there's some kind of FMS that they're putting in to the Airbus at least. So I might get some of the navigation systems there, but I doubt that we'll get full detail on the FMS. Speaking of which, I'm not getting a top at 5.
Chester 1024, you're glad to destination via Ocean 2 Bravo departure. Runway 25 left. Initial climb 5,000 feet. Expect flight level 350. Squawk is 5353.
Center of gravity, that's sorted, 23%, confirmed.
Clear to Taipei via Ocean 2 Bravo, set runway 25 left, initial climb 5,000, expect flight level 350, and it's squawk
And double checking our actual weights.
Just at 1024, feedback is correct.
Hong Kong ground, Royal flight 3 Hotel Alpha, request taxi.
Cool.
Royal 3 Hotel Alpha, taxi via Bravo 7, Bravo Whiskey Hotel Juliet 112, runway 25 left.
taxi Bravo 7 Bravo Whiskey Hotel to holding point for the 1125 left, cross right field Alpha.
Mike Charlie
Fantastic news to
Oscar,
Melbourne.
after
All of
Royal
Melbourne is now
Boeing
recruited into
777
doing
taxi
Vatsim.
away, push and start approved,
That'd
pushback
be
color
hilarious.
red information Romeo.
You're not allowed to leave quarantine unless you have Vatsim time.
After Boeing 777 taxi out, pushback, color red, information Romeo, my Charlie Oscar.
Hong Kong ground, KLM 886 Heavy is requesting clearance to Bangkok.
KLM 886 Hong Kong ground, you're clear to destination via Pecan 1 Bravo departure, runway 25 left, initial climb 5,000 feet, express level 381, squawk is 5361.
Cleared to Bangkok via the Pecan South departure, runway 25 left, initial climb 5,000, and then flight level 381 after departure, squawk code 5361, KLM 886.
KLM 886 feedback is correct.
Cool. 25 left for departure, the Pecan 1 Bravo.
On the ground, good evening, Lufthansa to Mike Papa with information Romeo, request IFR clearance to Bangkok.
There's our speeds,
Lufthansa to Mike Papa, stand by.
156. Set 5,000 feet. Love these old spinny dials on the old FMSs, MCPs.
Lufthansa to Mike Papa, ready for clearance.
Squawk code 5361.
Lufthansa to Mike Papa, you're clear to destination via Pecan 1 Bravo departure, runway 25 left, initial climb
Test.
5,000 feet, flight plan route, express level 401, squawk is 5321.
Clear to Bangkok via the Pecan 1 Bravo departure, runway 25 left, initial
Cool.
climb is 5,000, expect flight level is 401, and squawk is 4321,
Let's go
Lufthansa
and
to
come
Mike
off
Papa.
their frequency for a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Captain speaking from the flight deck. My name is Trent. Joining me on the flight deck is YouTube. We'll be taking you over to Bangkok today on board KLM Flight 886 on board our Boeing 747-400 Combi. We do welcome you on board. Today's flight will be about 2 hours and 10 minutes. In just a few moments we'll be pushing back from the gate and making our way out to runway 25 left, and then cruising an altitude of 11,600 meters. We do welcome you on board in preparation for takeoff. Cabin crew will be coming through the cabin to advise you of safety features on the aircraft. I do ask that you pay them your full attention, even if you do fly with us regularly. That's it, we'll be getting on the way shortly. We do hope you enjoy the flight with us on KLM, and thanks for flying. Cabin crew, please prepare the aircraft for the departure. How many passengers do we have on today? 50. Alright, cool. Right, back to the ground, and let's just brief what we're doing. Okay, we're sitting on N30, we'll be pushing out nose to the right. Taxi Bravo 7 Bravo Whiskey. From Whiskey, Hotel Juliet 1, and there it is, 25 left. Runway is 3,800 meters long. We'll be using auto brake RTO. Safety speeds are V1 139, rotating at 146, V2 156, which is set. We'll be departing with a LNAV and VNAV, flight direct design, and we'll set that up now. LNAV VNAV is armed with the toga. Pecan departure is not that one, it's the other one. Alright, runway 25 left, 254 degrees till prawn, and minimum 205 knots, maximum 230 knots until Rumsey, and below 5,000. So Rumsey at 250, so again 230, just double check that's in there. 230 set. Cool. After Rumsey, speed is on our own. We continue the climb as directed. Tuna, Titan and Pecan. Up to Pecan we are going to be entering Chinese airspace, and we'll be climbing to an altitude of 38,100. Flight level 381, because it's in China. So that's 11,600 meters. Sometime after that we'll be switching over to the Vietnamese airspace, and they'll descend us an extra 100 meters. 100 feet, sorry. Down to a standard altitude. Transition level today. Let's check that out. Transition is 9,000. All good. I'm happy with that. Let's do the checks. Pre-flight checklist. Battery switch is on. Standby power switch is in. Hydraulic pumps are off. Parking brake is set. Landing gear is down. Flaps position is up. Fuel control switches cut off. Anti-ice is off. O2 has been checked. Emergency exits are armed and altimeters are set. And I'm showing 1007 both sides. Checklist complete. Before start checklist. Hydraulic demand panel. Pump 4 is an auxiliary. Fuel load and pumps. Pumps coming on. Nothing in the center pump, so we can turn off the crossfeeds. APU is on. Beacon goes both. Doors closed and automatic. Passengers' signs are on. Before start checklist complete. That's up to the push. Level contact. Ground KLM 886, gate November 30, information Quebec, ready for push.
KLM 886, push and start approved. Pushback color red, information Romeo.
Tail left, information Romeo, KLM 886. Push approved, and tail to the left.
Ground MS 385, request to
Emirates 385, push and start approved. Pushback color red, information Romeo.
Doors.
information Romeo, pushback color red, Emirates.
Emirates pushback color blue, which is tail to the right.
Pushback color blue, Emirates.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
At the ground, we're also ready to push. Tail to the left.
Ground, good evening, Quebec 3602.
Cathay 3602, up to 555.
Locking gear.
Copy.
Cathay, we are request for IFR flight to Bangkok, information Romeo, and 105.777.
Cathay 3602, you're clear to destination via Beacon 1 Bravo departure. Runway 25 left, initial climb 5,000 feet, expect level 361. Squawk
Departure check
531.
completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release
We are
parking
clear
brakes.
to
Brakes,
Bangkok,
release.
it's always 25 left, initial climb 5,000 feet, second 1 Bravo departure.
Okay, ready for start.
Call 5313.
Packs 1 and 2 are off, and we'll start up number
Cathay 3602.
1, 2, 3, then 4. Starting number 1.
Just 1024, ramp south, stand 35, request push and start.
And engine number 1 set auto start.
Jetstar 1024, push and start approved, pushback color red, information Romeo.
Good one, Spencer. Sounded about right.
Romeo, ascent 102.
Lufthansa to Mike Papa, it's then Delta 212 with information Romeo, request push and start.
Good start number 1. Start number 2.
Cathay 3602 Hong Kong ground.
Auto start number 2.
Cathay 3602, unable cruising altitude. Can you accept level 341 or 381?
Stand by, please. I'm going to check for the performance.
85.
Hong Kong ground, Lufthansa to Mike Papa, stand 212 with information Romeo, request push and start.
Lufthansa to Mike Papa, push and start approved, pushback color red, information Romeo.
Push and start approved, pushback color red, information Romeo is confirmed to Lufthansa to Mike Papa.
Set parking brakes.
Brakes set.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
We can wave off the crew.
Cathay 891, push and start approved, pushback
Ladies
color
and gentlemen, welcome on board of this flight.
red, and the information Romeo. Dragon 161, contact tower 118.4, good day.
Contact tower 118.4, Dragon 161, good day.
Mike Charlie.
Yeah, we'll start number 3 and 4 together.
Truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Good day. Mike Charlie.
Quebec 3602, we can accept cruising altitude 341 only.
Cathay 3602, express level 341.
Flight level 341, Quebec 3602.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Copy, good to go. Start a cutout number. Yep. Let's wait for the APU gen. And APU off. Flaps. Set flaps 10 for takeoff. Push tug's meant to push you back to a certain position on the field. Those positions are marked by colour.
Emirates 385, Hong Kong ground. Emirates 385. Emirates 385, unable to set altitude due to restriction. Can you access level 341 or
Pushing
381?
forward slightly before we move.
Hong Kong Emirates 385, is forward crossing. Emirates 385 unable cruising altitude due to level restrictions for picture 10. So, can you accept level 341 or level 381? Sorry for the inconvenience I caused. Emirates 385, stand by check for 1 minute.
Clock is
Emirates
set.
385, roger.
After takeoff, after start checklist, sorry. Okay, after start checklist, APU is off. Packs are on. Recall status. Recall clear or velos. And status showing doors automatic, passenger signs are on, auto brake signs here. Reference speeds have been checked and we have V2 156.
Emirates
Flaps at 10,
385,
trim.
express level 381.
Smooth, trim for performance. Takeoff is 5.4.
Ground Cathay 3602, ready for pushback and start.
Flight controls.
Cathay 3602, push and start approved. Pushback color red, information Romeo. Pushback start approved, color red, information Romeo. Cathay 3602.
Controls checked and clear. Ground KLM 886, ready for taxi. Information Romeo.
KLM 886, taxi via Bravo 7, Bravo, Whiskey, Hotel, Juliet 112, holding point Juliet 11, runway 25 left, information Romeo.
Bravo 7, Bravo, Whiskey, and hold short Juliet, KLM 886. Whiskey to Juliet, which is that one through there, not hotel. Clear to move. Lights on.
Cathay 891, taxi via Lima, Lima 3, Kilo, hold at Kilo 7 for runway 25 left, information Romeo.
Roger, taxi for holding for Kilo 7, runway 25 left, Lima, Lima 3, Kilo, para 8 hour.
Unfortunately, this chart doesn't show us. I think red is left, and I can't remember the other colour. Is it blue or yellow? Hello, Ty. How you doing? Straight ahead into Bravo. I'm assuming that's Ahmed Karim's aeroplane right there.
Emirates 385, taxi via Whiskey 1, Whiskey 2, Whiskey, Hotel Juliet 112, holding point Juliet 11, runway 25 left. Taxi via Whiskey 1, Whiskey 2, Hotel Juliet 11, holding point, runway 35.
To be fair, I do like the other normal system better, which is like left or right. Whether it's facing or tail, don't mind. Facing left, tail left, mean the opposite. Okay, approach 1191, let's get that sorted. This is Whiskey coming off to the left now. Magical disappearing buildings, yeah.
KLM 886, hold position.
Hold position, KLM 886. Brakes. I seem to have two of the same building at different scales over there. A little odd. Yeah. Thanks, Spencer.
Requesting taxi.
Lufthansa to Mike Papa, you've pushed back the wrong direction, but that's alright. Taxi via Tango Bravo, hold short uniform.
Taxi via Tango Bravo, hold short uniform, Lufthansa to Mike Papa, sorry for the wrong pushback.
KLM 886, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, KLM 886.
Current ground, Jetstar 1024, ready for taxi.
Jetstar 1024, squad mode Charlie, please. Emirates 385, hold at Whiskey.
Hold Whiskey, Emirates 35.
Cathay 8 and 1 contact tower 118.4, good day.
Tower 118.4, good day.
Guess the 1024 is crossing Charlie now.
Jetstar 1024, taxi via Hotel 7, hold short hotel.
Taxi via Hotel 7, hold short on hotel, Jetstar 1024.
Emirates 385, continue taxi
That's
to runway
Hotel.
25.
Damn it.
Continue to 25 left, Emirates 35.
Hong Kong ground, good evening, Tide 589, stand November 66, ready for push and start with information, roger.
Thai 589, push and start approved, pushback color red, information Sierra.
Roger, information Sierra and Colorat is facing west, Tide 589.
KLM 886, contact tower 118.4, have a good day and I'm really enjoy the stream and hope you have a good flight.
118.4 and thanks, KLM 886.
Ground, good day, Cathay 459, heavy.
Thanks for that, Spencer.
Cathay 459, push and start approved, pushback color red, information Sierra.
Push and start approved, color red, information Sierra.
1184. It's probably a toss-up between Lufthansa and Air China, but you never know. Korean could could surprise us all. Tower KLM 886 holding short 25 left.
KLM 886 via Juliet 10, runway 25 left, line of way.
Got 10 runway 25 left, line of way to KLM 886 heavy.
On tower, good evening, Emirates 35, holding your current position, ready for departure. Emirates 385, hold short, Juliet 11. Hold short, Juliet 11, Emirates 35.
Checklist. Before takeoff, throttle data is checked, packs are on, camera crew is advised. Lights are on.
Cathay 891, contact Hong Kong approach 11901, see ya.
Approach 119 decimal 1, thank you for your service, good day.
Radar test.
Monitor radar display. Go around. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead.
Checked. It's rain my side.
Hong Kong Tower, Jetstar 1024.
Jetstar 1024, hold Juliet 11.
Hold Juliet 11, Jetstar 134.
Kilometer 86, runway 25 left, clear takeoff, the wind 150 at 6.
25 left, clear for takeoff, KLM 886. Thrust stable. Toga. $80 knots. Check.
Jetstar 1024, can you hold Juliet 10 please? Just take a right turn please.
V1. Rotate. V2.
Cabin base 6, good evening. Juliet 11, follow.
Hero.
Cathay 2602, hold position, Jetstar 1024.
Yes, go ahead.
1024, take a right turn, please hold Juliet 10.
Right hand Juliet 10, Jetstar 102.
Climb power set. Hong Kong departure, KLM 886, climbing 5000, leaving 3000.
KLM 886, approach identify, flight tempo departure.
I rolled 250, KLM 886.
KLM 891, confirm you're following the back to Suvarnabhumi.
Flaps 5, speed check, flaps 5.
Confirm, KLM 891.
250, sir.
Okay, radar 121, 121.3, good day, my China.
Flaps 1, speed checks, flaps 1.
161, contact radar 121.3 today.
On the radar 1213, Dragon 161 today.
KLM 886, maintain current altitude.
Maintain 5000, KLM 886. Flaps up. And we go all apart left, thanks. Speed 130.
Hong Kong approach, Emirates 385, climbing 5000.
Emirates 385, Hong Kong approach and 85, climbing 5000.
Moving 5000 to Emirates 385.
KLM 886, climbing 8550.
I'm in Takeoff 250, KLM 886.
Emirates 385, climb 7550.
Cosm 270, Emirates 385.
Emirates 385, climb 7550.
One level 250, Emirates 385.
KLM 886, turn right heading 200, to traffic.
Right heading 200, KLM 886. 200 set. Just hold that speed.
KLM 886, proceed directly from the army.
Direct Ali, KLM 886. Okay, LNAV set. And we'll close the speed window. That's easier. Instead of delaying us, he's just giving us a shortcut. So we'll go around him. Good stuff. $12,000. Lights are off. And signs. Automatic. Okay, after takeoff checks, landing gear is up, flaps are up, packs are on, exterior lights are as required, altimeters are set standard, cross-check, and APU is off. Check is complete.
Okay, departures, good evening, just 1024 with you, passing 4000.
Just 1224, approach identified, flag, approach to faster.
Say again for 1024, please.
Just 1024, regard, approach identified, flag, approach to faster.
Traffic level 252, just 1024.
Cool. So how are we all doing? Spencer, Jake Palmer? Ah, no one's been really commenting. That's alright. We have been rather busy in the flight, so that's all good for you. We're climbing into Chinese airspace soon. And the Chinese have a different way of doing things, so using metric altitudes.
Passing 2,000 feet. 3602, approach identified, climb 702. And climb to 5035, 3602.
Hello Wayne, how you doing? Oh Jake, flight's about 2 hours long. We're 10 minutes into it. That assumes no holding.
Today 891, you're leaving my airspace for 122 next day.
Airbed 997, haven't seen you out there yet.
886, contact radar 121,
129.3, KLM 886.
MA385, contact radar 121,
Contact radar 121.3, Emirates 38.
I'm on way down, it's flight level 130.
Hong Kong radar KLM 886, flight level 250.
Contact Hong Kong Post 191 today.
One 119.1, Livery 871.
Japan, maybe 35, there's something flight level 130.
Descend flight level 130, Japan Air 735.
Hong Kong KLM 886, flight level 250.
KLM 886, Hong Kong radar, continue climb to flight level 380.
Flight level 380, KLM 886.
Hong Kong radar, good evening, Emirates 352.
380, because we're still in metric land, and so we cross the border.
Hong Kong radar, the 380.
And unfortunately the border is at Donkey, so I'll reach flight level 380.
KLM 601, continue descent to flight level 130.
And then we'll continue on for about 40 nautical miles, so we have to climb another 100 feet.
M385, track direct to Donkey. Track direct to Donkey, Emirates 38.
E or Donkey.
World Flight 3, Hotel Alpha, contact Passenger radar at 126.7 today.
Good stuff, Aviator.
1267.
I've had all four of my wisdom teeth removed.
Aviana 3865 with that Monaco.
None left, anyway.
Nothing for you.
Yana 3865 with a small question.
Okay, say your question.
Do you offer CP DLC?
Nope. No CP DLC
Nope.
can do for that. Okay.
Okay, and if we are able, can we get a direct?
No.
Unfortunately, I cannot provide you any direct at this moment. Because you have a separation and traffic flow issue at this moment.
Asian 3865, that is not a problem, management. Thank you so much.
Oh, that Aviator 997? Not really. Having teeth removed is not fun.
Japan Airlines 35 on Hong Kong, approach 191 today.
I contact Hong Kong on 119.1, goodbye, Japan 735.
Oh, the Tristan, I like the Aerosoft, although I'd probably hold off until you get the new simulator. It's not quite as detailed as FS Labs, but it's not a disappointment. The main thing you'll notice is that the CPDLC ACAR stuff isn't there. But apart from that, pretty much fine.
Contact Jacob 161, check direct to enter.
Jacob 161, just cross contact and lift 3 point descent line.
Yes, sir.
Getting an SSD.
Instructions after compound inspection for the Airlines.
Second, please.
I'm going to get the FS 2020 first, and then we're going to see how it runs. We might get some new hardware. We might not. Not sure.
Counter 14, about it.
Comtel 2 Bravo or the Comtel 1 Golf?
1 Golf.
Confirm the Comtel 1 Golf for the Airlines 601.
Avon, Counter 1 Golf.
Comtel 1 Golf for Airlines 601.
Quebec 3602.
Oh, the curry? My specs are below.
Got an
RTX 2070 and
Quebec 3602, continue climb to 300.
32 gig of RAM. It's not a slap system.
Flying 340, Quebec 3602.
About a year and a half old now.
Dragon 161, contact Taipei radar on 1267 today.
Contact Taipei control 126.707, Dragon 161 today, set for ATC service today.
Mike Charlie Officer, press direct enter.
Roger, press direct enter, Mike Charlie Officer.
I'm thinking a faster processor might be the idea. Not sure. Or maybe an RTX 2080.
Good evening, just the Wind 024 with you for level 250.
Haven't really been
Just
following what
two for Hong Kong
newest
radar with the
systems are.
view trying to follow 350.
I follow 350, just 1024.
In standard climb mode now. D-rate's been washed out.
Approaching flight level 1, please set out the correct for the weekend, so the KLM ship 01.
601 for the Hong Kong Coastal 9 today.
118 additional
119.1 KM 601.
That could work, yeah. Overclocking. Have to look into incrementing that up, because at the moment it's pretty much on stock speeds.
Center, good evening, look at the Mike Papa climb, level 250, past captain 15.
Look at 2 Mike Papa, Hong Kong radar identified. Continue climb to flight level 400.
Continue climb, flight level 400, Lufthansa to Mike Papa.
Yeah, that's also true. That's why I'm saying I'm just going to wait and see. Oh, you're probably right about that. Hey, cool Maldies. There's a new program, so it'll probably be a lot better at multi than even P3D is. Because technically P3D is just really modified FSX at the end of the day. Last decade's program. Yeah, that's true. Chek Farmer will still be going back to P3D until all of our 747, 777, 73, FS Labs, Aerosoft A330, bunch of A2A planes. Once we have all of those, like the stock set standard, you know, PMDG, FS Labs, Aerosoft, air-to-air. Once we have all of that, we're good to go. And a bit of scenery too. Hoping Orbix comes to the party with, I know they're in Brisbane, they've already announced it, but we'd really love to see them do Melbourne, Canberra again. Yeah, looking forward to the new sim. Be nice to explore, to see how the everything's different. Yeah, very. But obviously it isn't, because the way they're doing the scenery is just completely different. That's the idea, super high-res satellite imagery. Can't wait. We'll be getting over to
Next study, Oscar, contact Taipei radar on 1267 with our today.
1267 today.
Yeah, the listen pretty heavy there. Ah, good stuff, William. Here we go. Big, massive turn. They probably won't have much crash physics. It'll probably just be the simple model hits the ground and bounces away. Like normal. With any luck they have some kind of water physics, because landing on the water would be great.
KLM 886, climb flight level 381.
Flight level 381, KLM 886. 100 feet.
Hong Kong radar, good evening, 589 is climbing close to 3000 for flight level 250.
And here we are. Cool.
Hong Kong radar, good evening.
I've entered the transition airspace.
For flight level 250.
So we're still with Hong Kong in metric flight levels, but they're preparing us for, sorry, we're in standard flight levels, but we're being prepared for metric. So we're currently at flight level 381.
Hong Kong radar, 5589.
And then at the next waypoint we head over to, I think it's Beijing, or it might be just, it's PRC Centre.
A minute ago, you should be coming back.
Call sign Beijing Facecam.
8-liner, Hong Kong radar, radar identified, contact flight to flight level 380.
Thai 589, if that was for me, you broke up, could you please say again?
589, continue climb to flight level 380.
Indeed. Hopefully we'll get a nice sky attack there.
Climb flight level 380, Thai 589.
And Hong Kong Red Kappa 3278 requested arrival information.
Red Cap 3278 standby. KM 886, contact PH-BFW on 133.075 today.
I was like 133.07, KLM 886.
Ocean 9985, roger. Expect landing runway 17 right via Delta Uniform Mike, 01 Alpha arrival, IRS approach. Ocean 9985, just for information, now surface wind 3602 meters per second. Wind direction
Meters
from
per
320
second.
to 030 degrees of our arrival.
Apparently you double that for knots, so 2 meters per second is 4 knots. Basic Fairfair Control, KLM 886, maintaining 11,600 meters on standing.
KLM 886, happy good evening, Beijing Control, radar contact.
11,600 meters on standard, yeah. I don't get to fly in China nearly enough. Even this isn't barely enough. We're just skimming the airspace. Yeah, it depends where your house is.
751, contact Scenery Control 120.150. Good day.
120.50.
The Vietnamese airspace is on, good to see him.
You too. Dragon 512, contact Scenery Control 120.150. Good day.
Yeah, it's odd that you'll probably be able to see your house if it's in a city, unless that city is, you know,
Dragon 512, Beijing Control.
in North Korea or something.
Beijing Control, this is Dragon 751. Just wanted to let you know that Dragon 512 stepped out for 1 minute to go use the bathroom.
If your house appears in Bing,
Dragon
it should appear
751, Roger,
in the
many
sim.
thanks for information.
So if you can find yourself in Bing Maps, good to go. If your house is in, I don't know, think of a town, Kubapedi, then good, no, it's not gonna happen.
Average 11 and do you want to climb higher altitude?
Those are large embedded clouds right there.
Average 11, confirm your final target altitude for now.
Weather radar on my side. Your house in Aleppo. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, first 11 second. Air Force 11 Roger, many thanks. Continue climb maintain 13,100 meters on standard. High 3 Mike Bravo, waiting control.
High 3 Mike Bravo, go ahead.
High 3 Mike Bravo, now your control is online. Contact your control on 120.50. Have a nice flight and landing to Ho Chi Minh. We'll see you next time. Correction to Bangkok. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Oh, that's not cool.
Dragon 513 had a mixture.
CQF, have a good one.
That's affirmative. Now your control.
Kelvin's behind us. Oh, you're the UAE that was sitting on the other taxiway. I nearly accidentally cut you off.
Roger, over 120.5, Dragon 512, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Cathy 8 Lima Mike.
We nearly made a wrong turn onto Hotel, or meant to be on Juliet, so yeah. If we hadn't continued that turn, we would have had a problem.
Senior control now is online. Contact senior control on 120.50. Have a nice flight to Bangkok. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Ahmed's taken off again. Good start.
Good night.
Flight station, good evening. Emirates 352 passing Eco 5431.
Emirates 385, good evening. Welcome aboard. Maintain 11,600 meters on standard. Continue flight rate.
Maintain 11,600 on standard. Emirates 385.
It'd be lovely to get around this.
886, Beijing control.
Yeah, they made that 6.
Gentlemen, 886 control now is online. Contact control 120.50. Have a nice flight and landing to Bangkok. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
120.50, KLM 886. Good day. Senior control, KLM 886, maintaining 11,600 meters on standard.
KLM 886, tower control radar contact, maintain 1,600 meters.
So that's 40 miles, so 20.
Lima Mike, welcome aboard radar.
15. 15 to the right of track. We're flying in China, so they're probably not going to approve a deviation, but
High 3 Mike Bravo, tower control radar contact, maintain 12,200 meters.
If I was in any country that wasn't China, I'd ask if we could continue straight ahead somewhere else to go around that. But it is China. The best we can get is sneaking through that gap maybe.
Good evening, Emirates 52 on 11,600 meters.
Emirates 385, capital radar contact, maintain 1,600 meters.
That's that gap right here.
Maintain 11,600 meters, Emirates 385.
Shutdown 512, descend flight level 340.
Descend flight level 340, Dragon Pepper.
See you, Todd. There's lightning coming out of that. Yeah, 2 petabytes of just the terrain. KLM 886, just checking if there's any chance we can divert up to 5 miles to the right of track due to weather.
KLM 886, stand by. Clear 512, compare Ho Chi Minh Control 132.35 G.
Ho Chi Minh on 132.350, thanks for the service.
Yep, seatbelt signs on.
KLM 886, confirm offset right 5 miles.
FM, offset 5 miles to the right.
KLM 886, approved.
Approved, KLM 886. Didn't expect that. Then again, this is Vatsim and not the real world. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain speaking from the flight deck. I've turned on the seatbelt signs as we are moving around some thunderstorms. In preparation for a possible encounter with turbulence, I ask that return to your seats, ensure your seatbelts are fastened. Cabin crew, please suspend service.
Thai 3, Mike Bravo, contact Ho Chi Minh Control 132.35 G.
Ho Chi Minh 132.350, thank you, bye-bye.
They are Cafe 3602, 11,000 meters.
Yeah, bye, man. I'm going.
Cafe 3602, welcome Los Angeles Control Radar.
3602.
Cafe 8, Lima Mike, Syria. Cafe 8, Lima Mike, descend flight level 380.
Yeah, Jack Palmer. I think it's in Europe. You're allowed to purchase it on disc. I'm not sure what the point of that would be, given it's a very online product.
Cafe 8, Lima Mike, contact Ho Chi Minh Control 132.35.
And I don't even have a CD-ROM or DVD-ROM in my PC at the moment. So. We'll come back to track. How will we get around this stuff here? Don't want to go out there. Yeah, probably pick our way through here a little. Through that gap there? Yeah. Don't know. That's a bit of a monster over that side, isn't it? I think we'll parallel the course, go straight through there and just skip around there if we need to. With any luck, that's the last of them. I see they're having a rather wet day down there. $90 gigs, awesome. Can't wait. And that's just for the simulator. That's not even all the consistent data that gets thrown at you as you fly around. Because all that 90 petabytes of data is being held on a cloud server somewhere. And when you log in and ask the server to give you, you know, the scenery image you're looking at, it just throws scenery at you at like 80 megabit per second. Is it 50 or 80? I can't remember. I have 80. I think it's about 50 megabit per second they were saying. Clearly that little pop of cloud up the top there is what you have to go around. Could be possible to get around in that section over here, not sure. We'll play it safe and stay on the edge. All the passengers wondering why they're sitting in their seatbelts. When's this turbulence going to come? The worst of it's behind us. $150 gig. Cool. I think the download was 90 gig, but it's 150 once it's unzipped and sitting on your disk. But I could be wrong about that. Those gaps are starting to appear. Let's go in. Zoom in. Yep, we'll stay on this side of that gap, but we're not going to return to track yet. It's going to be like around here, back up into there and back down. Right in that gap.
Senior Control, Lufthansa to Mike Papa with you, flight level 400.
Lufthansa to Mike Papa, welcome aboard the radar center.
Would have loved to have rejoined on track for that, but this thing here is a problem. So I'll go around this one and eventually get in. That one is clearly this big chunk straight ahead. Got a bit of crosswind pushing us slightly to the left. Right, sorry, from the left.
Today 1, contact operator 121.3 here.
121.3, 1 to go.
Looking clear after that. It's going to merge slightly to the right a bit more, so we don't graze it too close. Pretty glad we're not over there. Deal with that massive thing.
A6 second.
KLM 86.
A6 dual traffic with demand climb to 2,200 meters. 1,000 meters.
Semi. 401. What's the climb option again for 886?
Cam A6 12,200 meters.
12,200. Should be there. 401, 401. It's 1, 2, 2. It's that. It's our actual maximum altitude. KLM 886 will climb 12,200 meters.
Cam A6 climb to 12,200 meters.
Climb 12,200 meters on standard. KLM 886. And KLM 886 clear of weather, we're returning to track.
KLM 886 clear to attack.
Direct to Assad, KLM 886. Woohoo! So we've got ourselves a step climb that we didn't really want, but it's just within our capability to get there. We're clear of all that turbulence and stuff, just about. Barely a bump in the cabin, so all of the flight attendants and passengers will think we were lying about the turbulence. Good start. Looks clear ahead. All the clouds just sitting on top of the island. Great.
Control, sub 89 above, upgrade 0.
Captain Livery, welcome aboard radar cam.
Yeah, most airlines fly around it. There's no actual airways that go through it. The only airlines that fly to North Korea are the ones going to North Korea. aka Air Koryo. Signs on it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Captain speaking from the flight deck. Turned off the seatbelt signs as we have cleared most of the thunderstorms. We've also climbed to an altitude of 40,100 feet, or 12,200 meters. Looks like smooth sailing ahead, so cabin service can be resumed. Thank you. Just got to pump on a little bit more speed there. Yeah, a bit more than that. Put us right in the middle between the two yellow bands. Okay, we're right at the top of our current service ceiling based on weight. Current maximum 405, we're at 402. Here's a little bit of a issue with the 747. If we were to descend to 240 knots, we wouldn't be able to, well, below 240 knots, so even 235 knots, for instance, you wouldn't be able to accelerate out of that because you'd be at too high a pitch and producing too much drag for the engines to overcome the drag. You'd be at maximum power, maintaining speed. The only way to accelerate is to start a descent. If you're out of the yellow zone, and the aircraft won't be as high on the nose pitch, so it won't be producing as much drag off the wing, lift-induced drag. So then maximizing the power should give you a little bit of acceleration. Yeah, get below the yellow line, and it'll just wallow around at this kind of altitude. William Riff, what do I enjoy about flight sims? The fact I get to see bits of the world that you normally don't get to see without spending lots and lots of money. Also the whole procedure of the thing. The language that we use in air traffic control is very structured, which, yeah, it's quite appealing in a way. To see how that structure works in the whole, you know, you have a cause and effect that's pretty close. So they ask you to do something and then you have to use systems to make that thing happen. Flying is fun as well. Just the whole idea of being able to be above the world and controlling a large object through it. It's a little bit like driving, but much better. I think really it's all the technology involved in flying is appealing to me. Look at the difference in altitude there. We've got almost 200 foot, 40,000, maybe 250 compared to 4,100. Weird. The reason for that is the difference in position of the pitot probes. And they're calibrated ever so slightly differently, but the lower you get, the closer that calibration gets. They've simulated that on the Mad Dog MD-80 as well. Because the pitot probes are staggered slightly, one's slightly in front of the other. One gets more ram air than the other. Same with the static ports on the back. Yeah, the complication of machines and how all the systems work together to make it do what it does. The operation of a system with so many, you know, buttons, switches, options.
Cam 886 to 10
I've got no idea what that was. Are we near a boundary? Yeah, we are. Yeah, mate, that's 6 again. Send flight level 400, KLM 886. He's preparing us for the transition. 400 set. That should be a new.
KLM 86 contact Ho control 132.35.
132.35 KLM 886. Even these radios, if you look into it, how they work on the VHF. Roger, been sent to KLM 886, flight level 400. That's 35.
Mile to Dolphin, after level 350, 346.
Suggest 661, descend maintain level 190.
DJ now, level 190, suggest 661.
Vietnam coming up. Roger, been sent KLM 886, flight level 400.
KLM 886, Ho Chi Minh Control, welcome.
Very true. In fact, you could fly the entire Wright brothers' first flight inside a 747. Especially a freighter. Rip out all the seats. Or 747 freighter. start in the nose, take off, and then I'll be landed by the tail. Entire flight inside the fuselage of a 7.4 freighter. Anyway, yeah, the VHF radios and the way that radio broadcasting works. For a little while I worked for what was called then the DBCDE, the Department of Broadband Communications and the Digital Economy. Yes, that is a massive mouthful. Don't make me say it again. But yeah, I worked for them for a while. Here in Melbourne, a little call centre thing. And I became the subject matter expert because I was really good at pinpointing where television broadcast signals would interfere with each other. Because, you know, the propagation of radio waves, they destructively interfere with each other or themselves. If you get duplicate frequencies from two different broadcast towers that broadcast on the same frequency, sometimes you can have two broadcast towers that are far enough away on a normal day so that they don't interfere with each other. For instance, Newcastle to Wollongong. But on certain weather, usually still weather and cold weather, because of a thing called atmospheric ducting, you'd end up with the frequency starting to skip on the stratosphere because it's got a temperature inversion layer happening. Same thing happens with sound waves, actually. Yeah, interesting studying all this stuff about radio frequency propagation, ducting, radio interference, destructive, constructive interference.
Now 1820, go ahead.
Vietnam 1820 on Bravo, over the information.
It's all about destructive radio interference.
Vietnam 1820, clear to Dongsun Yok. The Datem 1 Alpha departure, Tunpo 1 Delta transition, runway 28. Climb maintain level 100, 45666.
Is a little louder than I expected.
Ho Chi Minh, say again, SID.
Vietnam 1820, Datem 1 Alpha, Tango Echo 1 Alpha.
Constructive interference is pretty hilarious because it actually overboosts the signal,
Good evening, Emirates Trek
which can be as bad as destructive interference.
385 control, good evening.
Destructive interference, you end up losing the signal because it cancels itself out.
Giant 8163, Ho Chi Minh, question, Manila controls offline, Mountain 122.
But constructive radio interference, you can get like this boosted signal that just makes everything really, really, really loud. Ear rape.
Cathay 764, contact center control 120.5, good night.
120.5.
The hilarious thing is you'd sometimes see these those antenna, those TV antenna men. You get these TV antenna guys that are like electricians or whatever, or unlicensed whatever. And they're sitting there on top of roofs putting like all of these massive boosters on the signal, and they're sitting inside a constructive interference trough. It's like the more boosters you put on, the worse it will get. You're making something that's too loud even louder. He's catching up a bit, isn't he?
That's correct. Full QNH 1008.
Let's fix that.
Reactive discretion. Call ready for departure.
Roger QNH 1008 and I'll call you when ready.
747 to the rescue. Max decimal 88. Pull the calls on.
Cathay 8 Lima Mike contact Bangkok control 132.1. Bye bye.
With you.
102% N1.
Traffic calling again?
Gotta love a RB211. Actually, these ones aren't RB211s, are they? They're the other things, the GE ones. Yeah, it's a GE stuff. Fair enough. Too used to flying Qantas planes with RB2s.
Bus 15 for Chima Control, set squawk 5626.
Same, William, same. It's just a different frequency, that's all it is. A different frequency is essentially a different colour of radio. It's like saying, well, the green light is okay, but the red light makes you die. It's just a light, dude. It's a light bulb like any other light bulb. It's a transmitter tower like any other transmitter tower. Instead of being at 600 megahertz, it's at 800. Who cares?
Bus 15 for Chima Control.
Bluer. It's like being scared of blue light. Because it's got more energy than red light. Yes, technically it does. It's also just a blue light.
Continuing consideration, 735.
As in 735, go ahead.
Yes, again.
Yeah, electromagnetic radiation. Ooh, use the bigger word, radiation. It's essentially light. It's a different type of light. Invisible light. There you go. That is also true, yeah. Most powerful on the 747. RB211s were a little bit less powerful, but more efficient, because they had the third stage as well. Just like the IE engines are more efficient than CFMs. For a similar reason. More fans to blow around.
700 feet, QNH 1008, clear RS Yankee runway 27 approach.
The Rolls Royces had the N3 stage.
QNH 1008, clear RS Yankee 27 approach.
It's totally true, William. What is this megahertz? Don't know what that is. Just a frequency. It's like little waves. The photons vibrate faster. That's all it is.
Bamboo 235. Full by QNH 1008, wind 140 degrees, 2 knots runway 27, clear for takeoff.
QNH 1008 and clear for takeoff runway 27.
The one downside of the 5G is that because the wavelength is smaller, it doesn't propagate as easily through the atmosphere, so it needs to put base stations closer together. So that's why they're building more and more base stations everywhere, and people could see them, and it's like, why are they building a thing closer to me?
3602, Ho Chi Minh Control, good evening. VOX 15 Ho Chi Minh.
It's the same problem that 4G had, really. They switch over to 4G with the same amount of towers, and everyone's going, oh, there's all these black spots everywhere and it drops out all the time. Yeah, it's because the wavelength is smaller and the wavelengths don't propagate through the atmosphere as well. Kinda sucks. Can carry more information, but not as fun. That's true, Jake Palmer. None of the freighters do have them. Yeah, you might be right about that.
Air France 11 radio check.
I love the GEs and the PMDGs. Most of them are GEs, are they? Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of PWs around, Pratt & Whitney engine 7.4s, these ones, for instance. Good old KLM. I think KLM will be keeping those 400s around for a while. I like how they're about to retire these combis, and they unretired them. They retired them for about 2 months. Then they brought them back. Throw them into the desert. No, bring them back. We need them. Oh, Jason, yeah, fight's doing well. We're over Vietnam at the moment.
Roger 3644, contact Beijing Control 133.07.
Way up here at 40,000 feet.
Ho Chi Minh Control, Lufthansa to Mike Papa with you at flight level 400 or 12,200 meters.
Lufthansa 2 Mike Bravo, Ho Chi Minh Control, good evening.
Ho Chi Minh doesn't show up properly on Batastic, unfortunately. Yeah, when you start making physical objects that are so small that electrons don't actually behave like a particle anymore. Yeah, okay. That electron is in 2 places at the same time. Yay!
Malaysian 368. Stand by.
Yeah, you might be right about that. Qantas British Airways Cathay.
Air France
Yeah.
11 radio check.
What did Virgin have on theirs? Virgin Atlantic, that is. Can't remember.
Malaysian 368, contact Lumpur Control 132.8, bye-bye.
Contact Lumpur Control on 132.8, thank you, bye-bye. Vietnam 577, request Korea arrival.
Vietnam 577, expect
that's a
to
prep.
hotel arrival, Dovin transition.
Dana to hotel, Dovin transition, Vietnam 577. Ho Chi Minh Center, this is Cathay 708 Heavy, very good evening to you.
Oh, the member next, yes. Yeah, G.
310 around 30 nautical miles from Enville, that's Echo November, Bravo, India, Lima.
Cathay 708, Ho Chi Minh Control, good evening.
Yeah, not many of them. Cool. Most of that kind of shaped into no stage 3.
We were redirected to heading 050.
These are 2-stage compressors on these
We
aircraft.
would like to request clearance to resume flight plan
N1, N2, and that's
from
it.
Point Enville, Cathay 708 Heavy.
Oh, Cathay 708 Heavy, sorry about that. You can clear direct VLAP, Victor India Lima Alpha Oscar.
Fly direct to Echo, sorry, would you be able to repeat that one? Cathay 708 Heavy?
Cathay 708 Heavy, no worries. It's VLAP, Victor India Lima Alpha Oscar.
That's fly direct to Victor India Lima Alpha Oscar Cathay 708 Heavy, thank you very much.
Level 235, better contact, climb maintain level 340.
Hello, maintain level 240, level 235.
Level 235, level 340.
Correction, 340, level 235.
Maintain 2910 or localizer runway 27.
Vietnam 2910, wind 200, question wind calm, runway 27, clear to land.
Runway 27, clear to land, maintain 2910.
Delta 303, good evening, Ho Chi Minh Control, with you at flight level 170 and requesting same.
Delta 303, descend maintain level 100, expect West Yankee runway 09 at Yilan.
Delta 303, descend and maintain flight level 100, expect Iowa Yankee, runway 09, heading.
Cool.
Vietnam 344, contact Singapore Control 123.7, good night.
Concession, you can join on 1.
So you sound the best? Alright, cool. I guess the 747 ERs have the Gs as well. So.
Just at 303, I just want to confirm that you vector me for landing. Runway 09.
Just at 303 negative, you will be following. Sorry.
Very glad though I did get to fly on the 747 again.
Runway 09
in January 2020.
The localizer.
Pity we didn't get another chance in Melbourne to do it with the retirement flights, but there you go.
03, start heading to Alpha or heading to Bravo.
Just at 303, there's no star that you need for iOS Yankee, but if you do, you can follow the iOS 0 runway 09. You want that?
Just at 303, Roger, you better be for the iOS Yankee runway 09.
Just at 303, Roger.
6:21. Okay, about 40 minutes away. 45. Raviator. Good stuff.
Good day, sorry, Asian 735, contact ship terminal 125.5, good night.
125, that's 725, good day.
U-blood. Oblod.
KLM 886, contact Bangkok Control 132.1, bye-bye.
132.1, KLM 886. Bangkok Control, KLM 886, flight level 400.
KLM 886, heavy, good evening, Bangkok Control, identified flight level 400. Bangkok arrival, expect Iowa approach, runway 19 left.
East 3 Charlie, arrival, runway 19 left, KLM 886. 19 left. East 3 Charlie. U-blood. Done. Let's get rid of these. Cool. Didn't hear the controller. Let's see what's going on there. Oh yeah, it was quieter. I'll turn them up again. The other controller was like massively loud. There's east. Maximum 280 knots, flight level 180. Set. And Dumig, Sol V between 14 and 11.
Bangkok Center, call us 1A with you, level 150.
Should go ahead now.
Lock.
Side 3, Mike Bravo, turn left heading 240.
Left heading 240, side 2, Mike Bravo.
Sol V, 1411.
Call us 1A with you, level 150.
What's the transition?
Cargo Lux 188, good evening, Bangkok Control. Identified flight level 156. Continue route 5.
Continue climb, call us 1AA.
Yeah, from Terib, what's this stuff here? 507, 505, 503? Yep, 503, 501, Echo, and then vectors. Cool. Alright, the ILS approach after the vectors. We might go direct to Lemos, or we might just be chucked onto a heading and then intercept. ILS runway 19 left. Correct. 195 inbound. Intercept at 3,500. And the minimums, category 1 is 205.
Cathay 8 Lima Mike, descend flight level 160.
I reckon we'll do autobate 2 for the approach. Let's see what that'll give us for the approach speed. 144, but we're burning a bit more fuel than that, so let's see how much we have now compared to what we'll have then.
Dragon 751, clear direct east.
So that's 4 less.
Fly direct east, Dragon 751.
250.
Good evening. We're on 543 direct.
143. Alright, so the approach speed will be 143, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Emirates 385, good evening, Bangkok Control.
Up 30.
Flight level 380, continue route 12.
We'll round that up to 150.
Runway 19 left, east 3 Charlie arrive.
So 150, break 2 will be 7,700 feet.
East 3 Charlie arrival, 4 hours,
distance.
19 left, Emirates 35. Thank you.
We have 13,000 feet. And we'll probably be able to make Bravo 11 as long as we touch down somewhere in the first bit of the runway there. – 12,000 feet of runway.
Dragon 751, cleared east 3 Charlie arrival.
So
Clear for the east
7,700 feet, including about 1,000 feet of not being on the ground after the start of the runway. Let's even grab the ATIS 1278.
Temperature 29er, 2.25, UN 81008, arrival and departing, runway 19er left and 19er right, Dispatch Hills approach runway 19 left or 19 right. Transition level 130. All aircraft departure from Suvarnabhumi International Airport shall fly initially with 6,000 feet. Acknowledged information hotel on first contact with ATC.
Negative, January 3.
Contact. You have information hotel.
KLM 835, you're in Southern Time.
Use the internet.
Information Hotel, QNH 1008. Set.
KLM 835, I have Malaysian 6, but I do not see you anywhere. And you're not showing up on my flight script either.
Do you mean Emirates 385?
KLM 835, I'm sorry I cannot see you. Cathay 8 LM, turn left heading 180.
Sorry, say again for Lima Mike.
Cathay 8 Lima Mike, turn left heading 180.
Left heading 180, Cathay 8 Lima Mike.
Dragon 751, contact Bangkok approach, 124.35.
Bangkok approach 124.35. Have a good night, Dragon 751.
Good night. KLM 835, I have you now. Continue route as far.
Indeed, that was a ghost plane for a while. You're back with us again now. Come down here, see what we're doing with our descent. 266. I want to go a bit quicker than that. Let's go 280. In fact, I'm going to go Mach decimal 86. 280.
Dragon 512, turn left heading 290, correction, turn right heading 290.
Turn right heading 290, Dragon 512.
Okay, let's do the brief. We'll be flying the East 3 Charlie arrival. All of the waypoints have been checked, get to plan, get enter Echo, 5,000 feet on heading 015, vectors down to RLS, runway 19 right, left, sorry.
Good evening, Bangkok Control.
Crossing Limos at 5,000 feet, maximum 220 knots.
Bangkok arrival.
Straight down the ILS approach from 3,500. Minimum descent altitude is 205 feet, which puts the field elevation
continue maintaining
at essentially level 5 feet above sea level.
Expect East 3 Charlie arrival.
If we do go missed approach, it's climbing 1,000 feet on runway heading, and then climbing left-hand turn direct to Larsen, maintaining 3,000 feet, and hold at Larsen. Transition level 130, and altimeter was 1005. That's set 1008. Sorry. Yep, 1008. Okay, the runway itself is 4,000 meters long. We expect to be vacating somewhere around Bravo 11. After vacating, we'll push on into the Bravo taxiway, contact the ground, grab a gate. Bunch of gate charts here. Not quite sure what gate KLM is using. Let's have a look.
A3, Mike Bravo, contact Bangkok approach 124.35.
Approach 124.35. Thank you, bye-bye. Thank you.
Good night. Dragon 512, turn left heading 230.
Left heading 230, Dragon 512.
Search it in flight radar.
Cafe 8 Lima Mike, turn right heading 300.
Right heading 300.
Dragon 512, contact Bangkok approach 124.35.
Approach at 124.35, Dragon 512, thanks for turn.
Not showing the data. Darn it.
KLM 886, descent flight level 160.
Please have 160, KLM 886.
Bangkok Control, Lufthansa to Mike Papa with you, flight level 400.
160 set. Start descent now.
Lufthansa 2 Mike Papa, standby.
Okay, what time do we get there? 25, currently showing 54. 30 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Captain speaking from the flight deck. We're beginning our descent into Bangkok at this stage, and the seatbelt signs have been turned on. I will ask that you return to your seats in preparation for landing.
Lufthansa 2 Mike Papa.
At this stage, we do anticipate touching down in about 30 minutes from this point. We got weather down in Bangkok currently. We have a temperature of 29 degrees Celsius. A little bit of light breeze coming in from the south. We do hope you've enjoyed flying with us on KLM Airways, and a very pleasant stay in Thailand.
Left and EC3 Charlie arrival is expected. Lufthansa to Mike Papa.
Bangkok Control, good evening, this is Airlines. So when we're heading with you?
Air France 11 Heavy, good evening, Bangkok Control. Report position, please.
We are currently 55 nautical miles inbound Sapa Province.
Air France 11, identified flight level 430, continue route as well. Bangkok arrival, expect ILS approach runway 19 right, and that will be north of 3 Charlie arrival. Air France 11, go ahead.
Well, it's not too bad. There's a little bit of weather out there, but we did have to move around a bit over China, but it's fine now.
Air France 11, navigate at your discretion on that one. If you need any assistance from me, just let me know.
Alright, you know that I'm looking for trading into the model.
You want to go straight into 19 right. There's a lot of traffic coming into the Bangkok area. I will try and route you straight in.
Very much for that.
Air France 11, clear to descend flight level 280. Danish 8333, receiving you for Emirates 385, descend flight level 16.
Descend flight level 160, Emirates 385.
Emirates 385, descend flight level 160.
Flight level 160, Emirates 385.
Back on the Bravos. Next speed check. Glad to have you here. Nah, Bravo's a small aircraft.
Danish 8333, stand by.
Spotted the KLM gate. There's a very blue 777 at it on the satellite map. I'll go there. It is Delta 6. Right there. Yep, I'll pop in a Delta 6. That's where KLM has parked in the past. Delta 7's fine. Delta 5's okay.
Danish 8323, clear to Singapore via Whiskey 14, flight plan route, flight level 350. Frank 2 Charlie departure, walk.
Alright, approach checklist.
7251.
ATIS has been obtained, FMS has been set, briefing is complete, recall check. Clear of ALIS. Altimeter is preset, ready. VREF has been set, now approach visibility 148. Minimum set 205, passenger signs are on, auto brakes set 2.
Call us 188, call us 188, request change frequency to...
Approach checklist complete, holding at altimeters and landing lights. Oh, we've already begun our approach. You've got to realise that the moment we started descent, we are on approach. 30 minutes before we land. So we've got to be thinking about it an hour. So we've already got our arrival, which is East 3 Charlie. We've chucked in the runway, which is 19 left. That came from air traffic control. If you don't have an air traffic controller, study your charts. The charts that I have start off here. We have 2 runways, left and right. We have a wind coming from, I didn't hear the wind again. Let's pick it up.
Information India.
India. Changed.
Course 188, transmission has been blocked.
Suvarnabhumi International Airport assist information India. 1430 Zulu. 1200 at 6.
200 at 6.
Visibility 9999. Your clouds at 2000. Temperature 28. 2.26.
Frequency 11.
QNH 1008. Arrival and departing. Runway 19 left and 19 right. Expect Hills approach runway 19 left.
That's the ATIS. Even if you didn't hear the runways, wind 200 6. So runway 19 is the closest into the wind. So pick 19 left or 19 right. Which one should we pick? Well, we're coming from the east. First one we come across is 19 left. So 19 left it is. The last waypoint that we have is Ublod on our flight plan. After Ublod, you can see that because we filed it in our flight plan. Right there, Ublod. So from Ublod you go to east, and the East 3 Charlie arrival, which takes us all the way through these waypoints. We'll plug those into the FMS. There is a vector at Echo, which you can see down here. Oblod East, Dumig, Sovbi, Terib, all of those things up to Echo, and after Echo is vectors. That doesn't connect to Lenko, it just heads off out into the far north. You can fly that to the North Pole. FMS won't challenge it. So at some point we'll get vectors from air traffic control, which will be essentially turn this around. Plug the selection in. Autopilot will fly to the heading.
886, contact Bangkok approach 124.35. Have a good evening.
Bangkok approach 124.35, KLM 886.
Left heading 090, Dragon 10
Remember we listened to the ATIS, it was India. I've got no idea what Putaf is. Pneumatic, I'm assuming.
3751, turn left 90 degree, heading 285.
Turn left heading 285, Dragon 751.
Bangkok approach, KLM 886, descending 16,000, leaving flight level 270. Information India.
KLM 886, identified on flight level 270. Descend further to flight level 160. You need to descend at least with 2,000 feet a minute.
Descending flight level 160 and we'll go KLM 886. Alright, so because this is a 747-400, we don't need to do any retuning because it'll do it by itself, but you can look into RadNav and it'll show you which frequency it
Dragon
will tune.
751, turn left further
110,
heading
110.5 and a heading of 195.
Localizer runway 19 left.
So you can always check that across here. We have
Roger, left heading
110.5 on a heading of 195. That matches. Down here we have category 1 approach.
The runway heading is
205.
195.
206 offset, 1 foot difference. I won't really care about that too much. As long as it's higher than the minimums, not lower, you're good. We'll brief the approach. So pretty much here, when we get vectors from air traffic control, at some point he'll tell us that we're cleared for the approach. We'll hit that button right there, APP, approach button. That won't work at the moment because we're something 1,000 feet. We're not within contact of the ILS frequency because we're too far away from the ILS transmitter. But once we're close enough to the transmitter, you'll see the little dots, or the diamonds, show up here, little magenta diamonds. They'll move up and down the scale depending where we are on the approach path. And air traffic control, I'm assuming, will be competent enough to vector us onto an intercept, which basically means our path comes across the path of the ILS center line. You might even get us to track direct to Lemos at 5,000 feet, who knows. Alright, Lanco. As you can see here at Lanco, we'd need to be at 2,500 feet to intercept the ILS beam. If we were higher than that, we wouldn't ever intercept it. We can be lower than that. So for instance, if you chucked us down to 2,000 feet and making us intercept at Lanco, then we'll just fly a level segment for a while until we hit the glass open and start descending. The EFB is already in the 7478. There's no EFBs in the 747-400s. In the real ones either.
Dragon 512, clear ILS approach, runway 19 left.
That's the magic button.
Clear for the ILS approach 19 left, Dragon 512.
So the Dragon 500 is going to be pressing the approach button. And
512, descend further to 3,000 feet.
Descend to 3,000 feet, Dragon 512.
You can see in the initialize reference, because we have the weights already set, it's telling us that at our current gross weight with flaps 30, our approach reference speed is 143, and because it's a normal Boeing procedure to add 5 knots to that, so we're going to be approaching at 148. So at some point we'll slow down to 148 knots. We'll need to extend the flaps as we do it.
Bangkok approach, Dragon 751. Our ILS is having a bit
as
of a problem. Can we be clear for the visual approach for 19 left instead?
Decelerate, get slower and slower. You'll see little tags next to some numbers.
In this case, you are very close
1,
to
5,
the
10,
right.
20. No, that's where you extend the flaps. So for instance, if I push my speed down to about 220 knots, there'll be a little tag that said 1. And if we didn't have flaps 1 out by the time we slowed down beyond that, the aeroplane's in danger of stalling, essentially. So add some more flaps, that gives you more lift, so you can slow down even more.
Dragon 512, clear ILS approach, runway 19 left.
Roger, clear for the ILS approach 19 left, Dragon 512.
Hi there, Brody. How you doing? It's coming on to 1 AM here in Melbourne.
512, report established.
Local report established, tracking pattern.
KLM 886, descend to 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000, KLM 886. 7,000 feet set. Aircraft's in L11 VNAV still, so no need to re-engage any modes. If the aircraft levels off, you may need to give the button a press so it actually begins a descent instead of just stays at 7,000. You can see the vectored leg here, it just like shoots off into infinity. So pop down here, do a kind of a U-turn, and then we'll get a vector back into the RLS. It's possible that he'll get us to go straight ahead. It's possible. Yeah, wonder what a Qantas A380 is doing Abu Dhabi to Los Angeles. Maybe its next stop after Los Angeles will be the Mojave Desert. Or it could be doing some freight run, who knows. Lights on. Policy is to have the lights on before 10,000 feet. Indeed, it probably is on the way to Victor or Mojave or whatever. And welcome back. Well, it's not that bad, it's only 6 knots.
Approach Dragon 512 established on the localizer 20 miles out for 190.
512, contact Suvarnabhumi Tower 118.2. Have a good landing.
200 is the direction.
Contact tower 118.2.
So, kind of off northwest. It's like west-west by northwest-west-west. Oh, it's south, isn't it? West is 270.
Emirates 385.
Close to the south and west.
Descend to 7,000 feet. Descend with 2,000 feet a minute.
Can I make that 6 again? .008.
Tell him 886, say again please.
Say again, say again. Ah, we just weren't quite sure we heard the last message. Yeah, it's getting refurbished and then getting sent straight to the mothball without even running a single passenger.
Bangkok approach, good evening. Identified flight level 190. Continue arrival route and profile. Clear to descend to 7,000.
They actually at Victorville or are they to Mojave Desert Airport? Because there's two different, Mojave Air and Spaceport and also Victorville, which are two different airfields. Very close together, but yeah, not the same airfield.
Approach, good evening, Cathay Mike heading 088, that's it, on Victor.
The 747 went to Mojave, whereas the Victorville is also being used as storage at the moment.
Happy 8 Lima Mike, identified flight level 160.
Ah, it's actually at Victor. Cool.
KD8 Lima Mike, turn left heading 360.
Heading 360, Cathay.
I love the three-dimensionality of these clouds. And we're slowed down to 220.
38 Lima Mike, descend to 7,000 feet.
Here it is, maximum 220. We'll take flaps 1. Speed checks, flaps 1. Love those flaps. Big chunky Kruger flaps.
Air France 11, do you need vectors for your arrival?
Negative, sir. We are going direct for Hudson.
Yeah, it'd be nice, but once I said at the beginning of the stream, a 78 Boeing 747 uses 3 times as much fuel per hour than a 787 does. 3 times as much. It's insane.
Sir, are you taking to Air France 11?
Okay, so we've added flaps 1 because we're below the flaps up speed, and we can see the flaps 1 speed here about 205.
Go direct, here it is.
If we need to descend, if we need to reduce our speed more than 205 knots, we need to go to flaps 5. A single airframe needs a crew that can fly it. That means they have a type rating, which is current, so they keep on flying it. You need to fly it at least a couple of times a month. And you also need, you know, it's not just the pilots that are rated to the aircraft, it's also the flight attendants and engineers, mechanics, pushback truck drivers, the whole shebang.
KLM 886, descend to 5,000 feet, clear island approach runway 19 left. Report established.
Descend 5,000 and we'll report established runway 19 left, KLM 886.
Takeoff approach, good evening, memory 385, you, Takeoff 1.
So it didn't directly tell us, but it's down to 5,000 feet established, so Lenko it is. It's based on the fact that Lenko is the 5,000 intercept.
Takeoff approach, memory 385, you, Takeoff 1.
Emirates 385. You had to descend to 7,000 feet. You are still on flight level 160.
Emirates 385, we are just checking in and we have instructed to be maintaining 1605%, so we descend to 7,000 now.
Air France 11, turn right heading 195.
195 on flight control 1.
I asked you before you need vectors or not. You say no, no, no.
Right, sir, because sensor, based on what they allow us to do, so that to make a direct for the island woman.
This is not possible.
Approach Quebec 3602, 5016.
33602, identified
Let's
flight
slow it on
level
down.
of
Letting it down.
160. Continue arrival route. Descend to 7,000 feet.
3,000 feet to the missed approach. Set.
Descend to 7,000 feet for this procedure, California 606.
Approach Emirates 385 request more.
Localizer is captured. We're on the center line. Still slightly above the glide slope. We're coming down as fast as we can.
F1 11,
We'll take flaps 5. Speed checks, flat 5.
Turn right further another 20 degrees.
Glide slope captured.
Turn right 20 degrees.
Speed 180.
Turn right 20 degrees after turn.
Steady 8 Lima Mike,
Laps 10.
turn right heading 110.
The right heading 110.
KLM 886 established runway 19 left.
886, contact the Suvarnabhumi Tower on 118.2. Have a good landing. Bye bye.
118.2, KLM 886. Flaps 20. Speed checks, flaps 20. Speed 160. About 3,000 feet. I don't want to be less than 160 on the approach until we get down to about 1,000 feet. Bangkok Tower, KLM 886 on approach runway 19 left.
Hi, here are it's clear to land runway 19 left, wind 180 at 07.
Runway 19 left, clear to land, KLM 886. Speed brake is armed. Looks good, doesn't it?
Bangkok Tower, Dragon 751, safely parked to stand, Delta 7, thanks for the service, have a good night. Dragon 751, good night.
Cabin clear to land, flaps 30, coming through 1,500, speed 148. Set. Flaps 30, 1,700. Landing checks. Speed brake is armed, landing gear down, flaps are set, cabin crew is advised. And we could just let the plane land 3 itself now, but I'm going to take a manual control. More fun that way. Also keeps you practiced. Pilots do actually need to do a landing once every 30 odd days. Funnily enough, the auto land has to auto land itself once every, I think it's 90 days. Everything's about currency. Proving that it still can.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
Airport, you're clear to aiming gate at this person. Good night.
Approach good evening. Sorry, tower good evening. Emirates 385 on our left 19.
Man, you're braking.
Emirates 385, clear to land runway 19 left, wind 180 at 07. After landed, you're clear to aiming gate at this person too.
Yeah, Emirates 19 left, soft landing, taxi at discretion, Emirates 385.
KLM 886, wake up.
KLM 886, you're clear to aiming gate at discretion.
KLM 886. Ground on? No, he's up. Bit of a hole there. Okay. Wasn't quite expecting that hole. Strobes are off. Where the radar is off. Flaps coming up. APU's in. Joe wants it outside. Let's see if I can get us going straight down here, and we'll go to the outside. Ground turbulence. You're right about that. Okay, well, on the enter on. That's Charlie 7. Charlie 6 is what we need. Rough runways. Didn't this airport actually have problems with like bits of the runway starting to disintegrate and fall into the ground? I read something about that ages ago, but still.
So good evening, Cathay Moment, Specialist 190.
Cathay 8 Lima, Mike to and runway 19er, right winds 180 at 07.
Delta 6.
Cathay.
Fifth rule, unfortunately no, this is not freeware scenery. It's really old FSX version scenery. I had it since, yeah, I had it in FSX before I even moved to P3D. So that's probably why it's so crap. It's actually designed for the other simulator, not this one. It's patched together a bit. Yeah, I think it was released in like 2013. Something around that kind of vintage. That's why we're getting these weird kind of bumps in the road as well. Like that. Oosh. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Yeah, I got picked up a couple of bugs on the way in.
Bangkok Tower 414 radio check.
I've got a lean on this.
Radio just 5 out of 5.
Roger 5 by 5. Bangkok Tower, good evening, 414, stand Charlie 8, requesting IFR clearance to Kuala Lumpur.
And that's why I don't come here.
414 clear to Kuala Lumpur International Airport as well. Climb and maintain 6,000, expecting flight level 390. Departing via 19.
Coming in like Soul Plan.
For Cantonese 3 Juliet.
Our aircraft is doing a bit of hydraulic action up and down.
Roger, clear to Kuala Lumpur.
Need some rap music to go with it.
Initial climb to 6,000, expect 390, flight level 390, 10, and departing runway 19 left, squawk 37143, Sky 414.
With that correct, you're clear to push and start, call when ready to taxi.
Roger, clear for push and start, and I'm call when ready for one taxi, Sky 414.
AP on the bus. Shut down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beacons off. Tacker lights off. Clock goes off.
Camera 385, picking down Bravo.
Detune the VHF. Turn the radio off. Transponder. I'm showing a flight time of 2 hours 33 minutes block to lock. Seatbelt signs. Cabin crew, disarm doors. Totally road hole. It's essentially the same era of scenery in FSX. So clearly they hadn't figured out how to do ground that isn't, you know, a hole. They also haven't figured out how to do the moving jetways. So we don't have moving jetways here. Those are stuck where they are. Anyway, IRS is going to go off. Doors need to come open. Which doors do we have attached? Yeah, I'll open all of them. Thanks for that, Craig. $200,000 feet. That's funny. Ah, here comes that Emirates that was following us. He dropped in on the stream earlier. Look at the 747 load into a bus. Funny. Thanks for that, Jason. Just waiting for the Emirates to come in. I'm wondering if he'll park next to us. Indeed, take care. Hope you enjoyed the flight in the KLM 747, a real flight with the real flight number. You can probably look it up on FlightAware or Radar 24. And you'll see the real version of this flight. It's pretty cool that they're still operating 747, even in the middle of a COVID crisis, and most of the 747s are already retired, but here we have a combi flying mostly freight out of Hong Kong. And it's probably not even rubber poo, so there you go. Anyway, I've been Musical Aviator. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now.